Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team. I thought today I'd show you kind of what I do when I do a test run. Today I'll do a test run at Concord Motorsport Park. It's been a few weeks since I raced at Concord, so I expect I'll end up backward a couple of times, more than once. I'll start out by going over to the garage. In a garage, then what I might do here is I've got several setups. They're going to be under the My Setups tab, and I've given them all kinds of different names. Setups that I made for Charlotte, the Legends track, are called Charlotte Legends AWJ. Concord, I've got an experimental setup that I use here. But I think what I'll do is I'll grab this old school racing setup that I've modified, and we'll start out practicing with that setup. So when I'm done, we'll take a look. Left side tire pressure is at 10 pounds, right side at 13. Maximum stagger of 1 inch. Running cross weight of about 50.6. And then running what I think of as almost a square car, 250 pounds on the left and right front springs, 200 pounds on the left and right rear springs. Right height is highest in the right rear, lowest in the left front, and fairly even across the left front and right rear. Alright, so we're going to hop in the car here. To do that, you're just going to hit the test button. I try to always practice with the pit exit and the driving line on. It does a couple things. Number one, it helps you figure out how to get in and out of the pits, and in an actual race or in a qualifying session, if you get out incorrectly, you get a penalty. And then the second thing it does is the ideal driving line helps you figure out where your entry and exit points are going to be and where your braking points are going to be if you're going to use any braking. Let's go back. I'll show you one other thing here quick. We'll pop out of the car. I always check the info page to see what we have in terms of track temperatures. 83 degrees is fairly cool, so we should have a lot of grip. So I'm going to jump in here. I've got it set up to shift manual, so jump it into gear. We're going to take off here. Follow the blue line out. Really easy to get loose here in what I think of as turn 3. Concord's kind of a triangle shaped track. Up close to the wall. Now let the car drift down, no brake. Roll back into the throttle, get full throttle here. Off the throttle going into the corner, again no brake, right down the white line, back rolling into the throttle. And then easy through the corner here. Up high and down low. Let the car roll through, roll back into the throttle. That's a lap of Concord.
18.566.
18.5 is not necessarily terribly cool, but I'm not trying to run super quick today. More than anything, just to kind of show you the way around the track. I'm using no brake right now in Concord. No brake whatsoever.
17.97.
Roll back into the throttle here. It's a little loose. Turn back down into turn 2. Come up high, right up against the wall. Roll down. So the ghost car you're seeing in front of me there, that's my best lap ever at Concord.
17.846.
To keep up with. There's a little loose again. A little closer to it this time, only about 0.15 of a second off. And a little deep then, so I steered into the corner a little late and pushed through. Now let's try another one here to see if
17.568.
Get on the pedal pretty hard here. Whoa, hello. Just about got out from under me there. We'll follow this car around.
17.636.
So the car's a little loose right here in this second of the 3 corners. But it's pretty quick. And not using any brake. I maybe could use some brake here. I might have been able to get into the corner a little better.
17.566.
I have the confidence to just not use any brake at all. I try to stay off the brake and let the car be as free as I can when I get in and out of the corners here. I'm not getting into what I think of as turn 3 very well. So
17.566.
pretty quick here through 1. And fairly quick here through 2 as well. So if you'll see this bar at the top, I've got it showing -8 right now. -10, -12. That's my pace compared to the last lap, so it's real time.
17.428.
So I got into the second better.
.338.
We're going to run a few laps here. Usually when I practice in way too low. Here I am busy talking. I usually practice in about 10 lap increments. Once I run
17.629.
Make an adjustment. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we're going to jump in and make an adjustment here. And we can do that either by actually driving into the pits, or we can just pull over and stop and hit the
18.334.
We're going to hit escape. We're going to go into the garage. Looking at the tires, it looks to me like the car is just a little loose. I'm burning the right rear up a little more than I am the right front. So I may want to tighten this car up a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do here is try to put a little wedge in it. So by upping the left front and the left rear ride height, I put 0.1% cross weight in it. It's going to tighten the car up a little bit. We're going to jump back out here. We're going to run another 6 or 8 laps and see what happens. And this time, I'll probably just focus on driving and less on narrate. Once I get out on the track, we're just going to take off. Again, right up against the wall, turn down into the corner. The car tends to be a little loose on new tires, so you can see it kind of wiggling around on me a little bit. Drive it down here into what I think of as 1. Get on the pedal pretty good. Come down to 2. Car gripped up to the wall again. And then turn down. A little loose, a little loose.
17.806.
I think the car is a little faster on cold tires now that it's tightened up some, but I think that's going to hurt me on longer runs.
17.585.
Loosey goosey. The other thing that happens with these little cars is once you warm that right rear tire up, the car tends to want to stay loose until you pull that tire off. A lot of times
17.768.
a couple of laps to really get that tire sort of back where it's not overheated to the point that you can slip and slide. I think it maybe is a little better.
17.444.
Stand to get on the throttle a little different through that corner, but it feels pretty good here. Trying to roll into the throttle a little more smoothly here.
17.337.
Yeah, probably could have gotten onto the throttle a little quicker then. Alright, turn her down into the corner. Hope that she sticks.
17.433.
This looks like it's going to be a pretty decent lap if I can get in and out of this corner well. Yeah, so
17.292.
that was within spit distance of my best lap ever on Concord. Whoa! Let's see if we can't save it. Look at that. Pull it out. Didn't even get it in the wall. Yeah, I'm pushing the car a little harder here than I did in that initial section. So notice now that since I got her sideways, she's
20.953.
loosey-goosey for a lap or two here. You can really feel it. So I'm going to try to go gently sweet after here, go nice and gentle for the next lap or two, and then we'll get back on and see what happens.
18.042.
I'm usually flat out when I come through the second corner there, then off the throttle into the third. So we're going to come back into turn one and run
17.67.
down right on the apron, back on the throttle now in full bore. Going to have it matted all the way through turn 2 here. There's a little bump right there, and I managed to hit it just about every time. It probably slows me down. So a little bit loose yet. I could tighten that.
17.391.
But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good car. But if you can sit run 17.3s and 17.4s for 35 laps, you're going to be pretty good here. There's the car tightening up.
17.473. 17.368.
It's going to be a pretty good turn. Woo.
17.276.
So that last lap is pretty good. 17.27. I'd take that every time. That's a pretty good series of laps. Let's go ahead and this time let's go on in and go into the pits.
19.395.
You get into the pits down here coming out of turn 2. You're going to want to just let the car drift down here. You want to get on the binders pretty quick. 30 miles an hour is the speed limit, so you're going to want to run 30. I've got the speedometer or the speed limit, pit speed limiter checked. That's what that thump 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 sound is. So that's a 20 or 25 lap test session at Concord Motor Speedway. For the Johnson iRacing team, that's Aaron Johnson.